All right, ladies and gentlemen, we just got done with a absolutely mind-blowing My Hero Academia chapter. So let's see what happens in Jujutsu Kaisen today. We have much to speculate. So let's begin. Yo, peoples! Kyushu92 here, and welcome back to yet another Jujutsu Kaisen chapter reaction and review. Last we left off, we saw Miguel and Laru introducing themselves to Sukuna, and we saw the different techniques, the curse techniques of both Miguel and Laru, and found out that Laru basically can create this giant hand that can grab stuff. Of course, if any damage is done to it, then it gets accrued to Laru himself. Then we had Miguel, who basically has a curse technique that is centered around dancing, where it also reinvigorates his physical capabilities as long as he's, with his rhythm. Keeping up with the rhythm he creates, it pretty much makes him capable of being better than Satoru Gojo when it comes to lateral movement. With Gojo, he's good with linear movement, but when it comes to erratic movements and such, Miguel is the better of the two. However, we are still dealing with Sukuna, who has yet to show a full scope of his own capabilities, and the narration made it a point to say that Satoru Gojo regained his ability to use reverse curse technique after 2 black flashes, but then proceeded to say, but the king of curses, insinuating that maybe Sukuna's about to gain something more because Sukuna ends the chapter by landing another black flash on Laru. The first one he used was a black flash against Maki, and Maki came back and sliced off both of his arms, because we also find out in the chapter that Sukuna pretty much made a binding vow that allowed him to use the cleave, the whole dismantle, world-cutting dismantle, to kill Satoru Gojo. He used the binding vow to allow him to use it one time, but any other time he has to chant and has to use hand signs. So, and that's the only way he can use the world-cutting dismantle. So they cut off, Maki comes in, and she cuts off both of his left hands so that he can't use hand signs, because that's a prerequisite. But however, he still manages to land a black flash on Laru, so now the question is, what does Sukuna gain after 2 black flashes? If Satoru Gojo gets the ability to heal himself, what does Sukuna gain? So let's begin with chapter 256, Inhuman Makyo Shinjuku Showdown, part 28. And we're back in time when Gojo was still alive. As he's speaking, do you really need for me to explain why I can't use Black Flash? Well, to break things down for you, it's because of 6 eyes. Black Flash is a distortion in space that arises when a sorcerer applies cursed energy within a 0.0001 seconds of a physical blow. I feel like this is lacking in explanation. If that's all there is to it, then I should be able to do it all. I should be able to do it at will. Imagine I throw a punch, a straight punch with cursed energy. There are 3 types of cursed energy it possesses. I feel like I'm altering my voice so it sounds more like Satoru Gojo, just a little bit from the anime, from the English dub, because Kaiji Tang is such a phenomenal voice actor for Satoru Gojo. Imagine I throw a straight punch with cursed energy. There are 3 types of cursed energy it possesses. 1. Cursed energy reinforcing my fist. 2. Cursed energy striking my opponent. And 3. Cursed energy bearing those 2. So there's 3 layers to Black Flash. Cursed energy reinforcing, cursed energy striking, and cursed energy pretty much holding both of these together. Also, timing isn't the only thing. Blending these 3 can also cause Black Flash to arise or not arise. No one, except for me, can accurately adjust 3. Furthermore, this blend changes according to the environment at the time, which includes the opponent's cursed energy and the condition of your own body. It may sound funny, but I think even air temperature and humidity have an impact. After all, Black Flash is about the space itself. In other words, there's no single right answer to the conditions for using Black Flash. Besides, when I fight seriously, cursed techniques intertwine with physical blows. In a situation like that, Black Flash is practically up to luck, even for me. The truth is, Nanami has done it more times consecutively than I have. But I'm above in the total number. Plus, my fights end so fast that I don't get many chances to use it. Itadori would also overtake him later. So now we're getting back to the present. Including the one, oh wait, who's saying this? Who's thinking this? I think this is Miguel. Including the one against me. Sukuna used Black Flash twice. The other one hit, and let me see. I'm reading this right. The other one hit. Is this sentence right? Including the one against me, Sukuna used Black Flash twice. Oh, this is Maki. Including the one against me, Sukuna used Black Flash twice. The other one hit, and the guy with him must be the helpers Yuta said might come. And then we cut to Miguel. This is bad. His condition is likely to improve, so we should get out of here. And then it cuts to Itadori. Sukuna might recover reverse curse technique like Sensei did. Who are the guy who got hit and this guy in the sunglasses? I don't know. Maybe it's just the way I'm enunciating these words that just feels weird to me. It might be my inflections. My apologies. Who are the guy who got hit and the guy in the sunglasses? And then it cuts to Choso. Choso, who's there? Yuji and the others might not be saying anything because those two are on Jujutsu High's side. We need to cooperate with them and finish off Sukuna before he replenishes reverse curse technique. And then immediately, it shows Choso kicking like a boulder. It shows Choso kicking up a guardrail, a stair guardrail, and Yuji taking that guardrail in order to launch at Sukuna. And at the same time, Maki is clashing with Sukuna, keeping him in place. And as this is going on, Yuji comes in and with his inhuman strength takes that entire guardrail. Mind you, these things are solid metal embedded in concrete, and Choso not only kicks it up out of the ground, but Yuji grabs it and then proceeds to embed it in the wall so Sukuna doesn't have anywhere to go. And as it shows Choso right above Sukuna preparing to use piercing blood point blank, Sukuna is just gone. He just moves from where he was to a whole different place with lightning speed. And my thing is, this dude was locked in with this bar, and this dude just got away as if, restrictions and physical restrictions don't exist. But Sukuna's going through this entire mall area, and we see someone running through the side of the stores, and it's Maki who proceeds to take her sword and hit Sukuna directly in his midsection, which he holds on to. And then it shows Maki and Sukuna bouncing throughout the entire mall, destroying the environment as they go. And they keep rebounding in different places, with Choso kind of confused as what's going on, because Maki and Sukuna are literally bouncing off of the air itself. They're not bouncing off of different things. Well, they were at the beginning, but now they're in the air and they're literally bouncing off of the air itself. What kind of movement is that? Is he using the air itself as footing? Sukuna's the one who's bouncing off of the air so easily. And then it shows Sukuna smiling as he uses Black Flash again against Maki, sending her flying straight through a building. That's the third time. And it shows Maki get hit by the side by slashes as she's actually suffering damage. And she thinks, the output of his normal slashes is also increasing. So Sukuna, he's getting stronger again. Whatever level of strength he had, he's gaining it. Because the slashes are actually starting to hit Maki, and she's starting to feel it. And she can tell because she gets hit from two sides. She gets slashed by Sukuna. And we see like a little blood fly out. And it shows Sukuna as he's using his slashes to slash Maki. Then Choso uses Supernova. And then slashes come out of Supernova as it shows. Wow. Okay. Slashes fly out from the smoke of the Supernova, but before those slashes even get to Choso, and my thing is, these slashes have been shown to be almost instantaneous in their approach to an individual. Before they even get to Choso, Sukuna's already behind Choso before the slashes even reach him, and he's grabbing him. He got behind me faster than his flying slashes. and then proceeds to throw Choso into a wall. Uh-oh. And then Sukuna uses Black Flash again. He's used it 4 times. Sukuna's used Black Flash 4 times. 1 on Maki. Another on, who's the other one? Another on Laru. Another on Maki again. And now 1 on Choso. My mind escaped me on the last one he just used Black Flash on. So Sukuna's used Black Flash 4 times already. Now, it's already been said that Gojo regained Reverse Curse technique after using Black Flash twice. Now Sukuna's used it 4 times. And his slashes and his techniques are getting stronger with every use. But he proceeds to hit Choso with Black Flash and pretty much destroy the wall that Choso is embedded in. But while Choso is kind of bleeding out, he uses his blood to kind of soften the blow. He used blood armor to decrease damage. And then Sukuna looks off, is looking at Choso, is all like, huh. But before that happens, he gets hit in the face by Yuji. That's it. No matter how much he tries to improve his condition through Black Flash, if he takes an attack from Yuji, his cursed energy output and body control will go down again. Yuji, do it! And he's saying Yushi because he can't really speak because he's, spitting out blood. And it shows him, giving a high five to, giving some dap to Choso. It literally says dap on the actual panel itself. And Yuji just goes, got it! Then it shows Laru after he got bodied by Black Flash being escorted out by Miguel. Laru, that's enough. We should pull out. No, Miguel. There's more left to do. And there's another explosion as it shows Yuji clashing with Sukuna. And it looks like Sukuna managed to hit Yuji and send some blood flying out of his side. This looks like blood to me. But it shows Yuji trying to knee Sukuna, and Sukuna uses the stumps of his left arms to stop the blow. And then he proceeds to grab Yuji by the collar, but then Yuji holds on to Sukuna. And then Sukuna is surprised to see Yuji put his hands in front of him as if Yuji's about to use piercing blood. Yuji still can't use convergence very well, so he can really be such a handful. Piercing blood! And Yuji uses piercing blood! Yuji uses piercing blood! And he proceeds to cut Sukuna up his face. And while that's happening, Yuji jumps back while Sukuna's bleeding profusely, and it shows Yuji preparing to punch Sukuna with a Black Flash of his own. And then it cuts to Sukuna. In Shibuya, Mahito had a feeling Itadori would use Black Flash. Oh wait, this is regular narration. In Shibuya, Mahito had a feeling Itadori would use Black Flash, and now Sukuna is experiencing a similar feeling. However, and it shows Sukuna who's trying to focus on Yuji, but he can't take his eyes, for some reason, he can't take his eyes off of Laru, who has managed to gain control of his eyes. Laru has gained control of Sukuna's eyes using his, party hand, heart hand, I forget what it's called. But Sukuna is forced to look over in the direction of Laru as he goes, what? I can't take my eyes off that sorcerer. My attention is shifting away from the boy. Heart catch, that's what it's called. It's right here in the page. Heart catch doesn't just grab bodies. Cutie honey, look this way. Once I've grabbed an opponent, I can even grab his heart. As Sukuna is looking over in the direction of Laru, as the fist of Yuji gets closer and closer, and Yuji lands a solid Black Flash directly to the chest of Sukuna. And it's so forceful that it pretty much destroys the entire wall that Sukuna was, like, you see cracks appear all over the entire wall where Sukuna's been hit right into. Hold on. There's something on my eye. There we go. Dang eyelashes. But Yuji lands a solid Black Flash on Sukuna. And we get Yuji smiling as his fists are crackling with Black Flash cursed energy. As narration goes, Black Flash releases Yuji's potential amidst a shower of black sparks. Yuji Itadori has awakened. So now Yuji is... Wow, okay. All right. I half expected that Yuji was going to miss the Black Flash or something was going to happen, but he landed a solid Black Flash on Sukuna. And we all know that every single time Yuji hits Sukuna, it causes Sukuna's cursed energy output and overall capabilities to his overall body control over Megumi's body to decrease. And now Yuji's landed one of the most solid Black Flashes on Sukuna. And you know how hard it is for a cursed spirit, cursed being, or anyone that uses cursed energy to recover quickly from a Black Flash. But Yuji has awakened. Oh my goodness, CDs, I didn't even see that. I didn't even see that super chat. Thank you. Happy Sunday, Kyushu, and let's get it. Thank you, sir. Hold on, can I heart this? Yes, I can. Can I like this? It won't let me do it. It won't let me like the super chat you just gave me. Thank you. It won't let me like it, but it'll let me put a heart on it. Thank you. Let's see here. That's good. Kyushu's Miguel voice. Right, gotta go, but I'll watch the rest of the stream when I get back. Have a nice day or evening, everyone. You too, Halster, you have a good one. So this is how chapter goes, 10 pages or so. Yeah, for the most part, it really does depend on the series, though. But it's not 10 pages. This is pretty much 18 to 19 pages, with 20 and 21 being dedicated to a blank page and, you know, recommending other series, such as Sakamoto Days. Gotta talk to you guys about that series. I'll go into detail in another video. So, the big take, that's the end of the chapter. Now, we don't know... Yeah, man, I didn't even see you just sent that in. So even the little bar that normally appears at the top here letting me know that I just got a super chat in, I guess I was talking so long that it drained out, but I could see it here in chat. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I just want to say I appreciate it. But the biggest thing to take away from this is that Sukuna has been using Black Flash multiple times. And with each use, he has been regaining some strength. However, Choso has pointed out that even though he's trying to regain some more strength and increase the power of not only his own capabilities, but his slashes and his Black Flashes he's using against basically everybody. Because he's trying to use Black Flash against everyone now. Despite all of that, all it takes is for Yuji to land a solid hit on Sukuna, and it causes all of that to just go down again. Which makes me wonder, what is Yuji? For him to be able to reduce the King of Curses' energy and cursed energy output and body control with every solid hit he lands on him. You would think that Sukuna would be at full strength, is capable of using reverse curse technique to even shrug off these Black Flashes and other hits that Yuji's landing on him, but no. There is something about Yuji that's allowing him to basically cause the King of Curses himself to be stagnant in his own rejuvenation. That's interesting. So the thing to what I'm taking away from this is that Sukuna is very difficult to keep down. We also get an explanation about what Black Flash actually is, what it encompasses, what it incorporates, cursed energy used to empower the attack, cursed energy used to reinforce the fist so that, you know, your hand doesn't explode from, you know, hitting someone extremely hard and it doesn't suffer damage. So the aspects of Black Flash is essentially a coating of cursed energy to protect the hand, a coating of it to reinforce the hand so that it strikes even harder, and another coating of cursed energy to hold both of these in place. There's multiple layers to Black Flash outside of it, just like you use cursed energy at 0.00001 seconds before an attack hits. There's more to Black Flash than that. But it shows everyone going, like, including the one against me, Sukuna used Black Flash twice. The other guy hit, and the guy with him must be the helpers Yuta said might come. So... Oh, the other one hit. Oh, I read that wrong. I read it wrong. My grammar was off. The other one hit. She's referring to the other Black Flash. The other one hit, and the guy with him must be the helpers you just said might come. Okay, I understand that sentence now. Sorry, I had to correct myself because I didn't understand that sentence until it really came back into my mind that yeah, Sukuna used Black Flash on Laru, but so Sukuna's weakness is physical attacks. It's not a matter of his weakness being physical attacks. It's the fact that Yuji and his capabilities with cursed energy is disrupting Sukuna's control over Megumi's body. Because we all know that Sukuna's body right now, it's not his own. He basically took over Megumi Fushigoro's body, but Yuji's physical attacks are capable of disrupting the cursed energy that is allowing Sukuna to keep control over Megumi. So the reason why Yuji is so pivotal is because out of everyone that has been, harming Sukuna right now, Yuji's attacks are the only ones that seem to be the most disruptive to his body control and cursed energy control. And now Yuji has landed the biggest Black Flash on Sukuna himself, point blank, with Sukuna having absolutely no way to defend himself simply because Laru used Heart Catch, which allowed Sukuna's attention to be taken off of Yuji, and it made it so that Yuji could land that Black Flash hit on him. Did they ever say what happened to his body aside his fingers? I think Sukuna's original body I think it was shown. It was shown before the Shinjuku showdown with Gojo. It showed Kenjaku taking Sukuna to a location that had, I want to say, Sukuna's original body, with his original head, but it was missing all of its fingers. I think it was set inside of a shrine somewhere that was also held closed by a barrier, but because Tengen was, taken, all the barriers that was holding a lot of places together, they started to dissipate, and that allowed Kenjaku to go find where this body of Sukuna was, and they took him there. But however, they didn't do anything with the body, but Sukuna took the head and ate that head in order to compensate for the the last missing finger that he didn't have, which of course we found out a couple of chapters ago that Yuta Okotsu actually ate in order for him to be able to gain the abilities of Cleave from Sukuna. So that's what happened with his body. His body is still sitting in one place. But the best thing about this is that even though it doesn't show the absolute pinnacle of what Sukuna can do, Sukuna is still out here showing people like, hey, I'm the king of curses for a reason. He's literally bouncing off of the air itself, not even needing a physical solid foothold. He's bouncing off of the air as he's clashing with Maki, then proceeds to knock her away again with Black Flash, and then show his speed being faster than the very slashes he uses to almost instantaneously kill people with. This man threw a slash through the smoke of Choso's supernova and was behind Choso, holding on to him before the slashes even got to him, and then proceeded to throw him into a wall and tried to use Black Flash on Choso. But Choso used his own blood in order to create an armor for himself, and that kind of saved him for the most part. But then in comes Yuji, and he lands a hit on Sukuna. Also, he can use piercing blood. He can use piercing blood. So that's another new technique, another full-on curse technique that Yuji can use. Don't know how long he'll have that, because I still don't know the fullest extent of all the modifications that have been made to his body. Like I want to say he consumed the remaining painting death wounds, but we don't know how long they're going to last, nor the fullest extent of the capabilities that they've given to him, because those are not his regular hands that he has. Those are reinforced hands. But now we're in a situation where Yuji apparently has fully awakened. Now hopefully we get an explanation of what that means. Because you can't just say Yuji Todori has fully awakened. You can't just say that and not explain what all that entails. Now, what does that mean for Yuji? I'm very curious about that. This was a great chapter, not on the level of the My Hero chapter we just got done looking through, but this was still a good chapter because now a solid Black Flash has been landed on Sukuna, and no one's been able to land one on Sukuna for quite some time. And I'm happy that we're seeing some improvement. I am. The only question is this going to be enough? Because we still haven't seen everything that Sukuna can do. We haven't seen his absolute trump card. We still don't know to this day what his actual curse technique is and why he can do all the things he can do. There's still so many things to cross off of a checklist for this story that I really hope we at least start to begin to find out more in the next chapter. It doesn't say when the next chapter for Jujutsu is supposed to be popping up for next week. It just had like a blank bar, so we'll just have to see if a new chapter shows up next week. I'll keep you guys posted if anything changes, and I'll let you guys know accordingly. This was a good chapter. Yuji has finally made some headway against Sukuna, and we all know how disruptive the attacks of Yuji are against Sukuna. Even more so when Black Flash is incorporated, because it is just... Matter of fact, hold on. I'm not going to look on my laptop because it will disrupt the video, and I don't want to disrupt you guys. So let's see. Black Flash. All right. To find out, and the thing is, Black Flash is literally a distortion in space. Black Flash is a distortion in space that occurs when cursed energy is applied within 0.00001 seconds of a physical hit. When a sorcerer is able to achieve this, their cursed energy flashes black, and the destructive power of their strike is equal to a normal hit to the power of 2.5. Unleashing Black Flash requires incredible concentration, and no Jujutsu sorcerer is capable of using it at will, not even Satoru Gojo. It does not occur randomly and requires immense skill and combat potential to pull off. While Yuji is thought to be blessed by the sparks of black due to his potential, the same goes for Mahito because the sparks do not choose who to bless. Interesting way to put that. According to Aoi Todo, the difference of the ability to understand the essence of cursed energy among those who have used and those who have never used the Black Flash is the difference between heaven and earth. Kento Nanami, the former record holder for most consecutive uses of Black Flash, explains that using it consecutively is nothing impressive. Regardless of how you got it right on the first time, whether it was skill or simply luck, causes the user to enter a state where manipulating your cursed energy becomes something as simple and natural as breathing. It can result in a feeling of omnipotence, as if everything revolves around you. This leads to a greatly increased performance in combat, allowing the user to operate at 120% of their maximum potential. So we've already seen examples. Yuta Okotsu used it against Geto during the events of Jujutsu Kaisen 0. Kento Nanami has had it. Yuji Tadori with his multiple instances, like he used it multiple times against Mahito. So here's the thing about Yuji and his uses for Black Flash. During the God Will event, Aoi Todo was able to teach Yuji Itadori how to harness his cursed energy by properly timing it with his superhuman speed and strength. By explaining how to make his cursed energy flow properly and pitting Yuji against Hanami, Todo was able to help Yuji unleash Black Flash against the special grade curse. Yuji's first Black Flash dealt a great deal of damage to Hanami. While in the zone, Yuji was able to land a rush of 4 Black Flashes that completely overpowered the special grade curse. This rush tied Kento Nanami's record of 4 consecutive Black Flash strikes. While fighting 2-on-2 against Eso, and Kechizu, Yuji and Nobara both used Black Flash together to defeat the Death Paintings. Yuji's punch destroyed Esso's arm entirely, and so quickly that the incarnated special grade cursed object couldn't even react. It was here when Yuji proved to be the man chosen by the Sparks of Black. Yuji was able to utilize Black Flash multiple times in his final battle against Mahito. Once again fighting alongside Todo, Yuji capitalized on multiple switching opportunities presented by Boogie Woogie. Such a funny name for a curse technique for Aoi Todo. To land direct hits on Mahito's soul using Black Flash. He was able to defeat Mahito's final form by hitting him with a Black Flash imbued with maximum cursed energy. During the final battle against Sukuna, with the help of Laru's distraction, Yuji was able to land a powerful Black Flash against the King of Curses. And then, of course, we have other examples from Nobara, Mahito, Aoi Todo, Gojo himself, and Sukuna. So now my thing is, what makes it about Yuji? What is so special about Yuji that makes him the one chosen by the Black Sparks? Because he's already long since passed the record of Nanami. But now he's using Black Flash against the King of Curses, and let's hope it works. But I said all that to say this. This was a good chapter. I am so grateful to be alive to do these reactions for all of you. You guys get to hear my voice acting and see my reactions to all these things going on. It's such a good day for manga. It really is. But I gotta call it here, ladies and gentlemen. I said everything that I needed to say. We'll talk more about Jujutsu in the next chapter, or if I do another stream where we're talking about Jujutsu as a whole. All I can say to you, you missed my comment? Where? What if Yuji is a long distance relative? Long distance relative to who? That's the question. Who's he a long distance relative to? To Sukuna? Nah. He has more in common with Choso than he does with Sukuna. Far more in common with Choso than he does with Sukuna. Nothing so easily contrived like that, because it's easy to say, like, the reason why he's prevailing against Sukuna is because he's related to Sukuna, but Sukuna doesn't have any relatives. It's just Sukuna. He's only existed for himself. He's never had anyone to love. He doesn't even understand the concept. He doesn't understand the concept of that. So there's no one related to Sukuna because he ain't got no family. He just lives for himself. He's by himself, for himself, to himself, and will do anything for himself, period. So he ain't got no family. So he ain't got nobody to descend. He's not a descendant or a predecessor to anyone. He just is. They're both physically strong. Yes, they are. However, Sukuna's strong because he's known as the king of curses, and his capabilities are on that level. Yuji is unique in a way that we still don't understand, because Kenjaku gave birth to him. For what purpose, we don't know. We don't know. That's the thing. Maybe he was made Yuji. If you're trying to say that Sukuna made Yuji, that's not the case, because Kenjaku did it. That's Kenjaku. So Sukuna ain't got nothing to do with, remember Shaman King? No, I don't, so I can't say I know the reference in which you're meaning. Sukuna had nothing to do with Yuji's birth. Kenjaku did, however, because he pretty much inhabited the body of the woman he pretty much took over the body of the woman that would give birth to Yuji. He literally gave birth to Yuji. Maybe he was made from Yuji's bloodline. Maybe Sukuna was... No. They don't have to connect. They don't have to connect for us to... They don't have to be related. They don't have to be related by blood for them to be uniquely strong individuals. Because if that was the case, then it just seems too easy to say, like, Yuji's related to Sukuna, or Sukuna comes from the bloodline of Yuji. It just seems like I can't get with that idea. I can't get with it. I can't get with that idea. Because this is the same thing as people saying, like, hey, maybe Midoriya had a quirk and then it was taken away from by All for One, and then he was made quirkless on purpose. And it's like, there's a whole bunch of extra contrivances that really don't need to be in the story, because it's too distracting to think about this extra stuff when we could be focusing on other things. So I can't get with that idea. I can't. But I'm still curious about what is it about Yuji that makes him so unique, because he's special. He's special. Like, this inhuman strength he has, it's not natural. The speed and strength he has, being able to jump up to a high skyscraper building, being able to rip up chunks of concrete and chuck it like it's a softball, literally being able to pick up a car and throw it like it's nothing at all. Even in the anime, when one of the neon signs fell off, he literally grabbed hold of it and threw it. That's not human. So it's something about Yuji that makes him even more unique than any other person that we've seen in this entire series other than Sukuna. As a normal human being, well, I use the term normal very loosely. There's something about, and I've been saying this for like several months, maybe even years. Because how long ago have I been reading Jujutsu? I want to say about maybe 2 years. It might be 2 years. But all I know is there's something about Yuji that just makes him so unique, and now he's landed a solid Black Flash on Sukuna, and now you're telling me he's awakened? You mean to tell me that all these things he's been doing, he's just been stagnant and now he's fully awakened? What more can he do? We'll have to find out in the next chapter. Overall, interesting set of developments for the world of Jujutsu Kaisen. Who knows what's about to happen, but I feel like if Yuji runs them hands on Sukuna, Sukuna might have a reason for him to take a fight seriously as well, because Yuji's just using straight hands. So we're just going to have to see what happens in the next chapter of Jujutsu. But I'm done, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a wonderful day for manga, and I enjoyed reacting to these chapters for all of you. But now it's time for me to rest, because I've been up since 6 o'clock this morning. And it's time for me to, maybe catch some quick Z's before I get back to farming on Dragon's Dogma again. Everyone here, CDs, thank you once again for the super chat. It is much appreciated. And whenever you guys do that for me, I always appreciate it. It never goes unnoticed, and it helps the channel. It helps sustain the channel. I just want to say thank you for that in advance. To all people who are here. Sorry, I was getting in my head. But to everyone, all I can say to you is, hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. Like, comment, even subscribe if you haven't already, because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So have a fantastic day, and once again, as always, later peoples!